This is where the story takes a really shocking turn. He's handing out sweets, and he's telling everyone that Muhammad's legacy is now cut off.
Okay, so we're going to dive into the shortest chapter in the whole Qur'an, Surah Al-Kausar. I mean, it's just 3 verses long. But packed inside these few lines is this incredible story, a story of just gut-wrenching heartbreak, public humiliation, and this unbelievably powerful message of divine comfort. And it all kicks off with one single, really cruel insult.
So it all starts with this awful taunt. I mean, can you even imagine hearing something like this, especially when you're already going through the worst moment of your life? And you gotta understand, these weren't just, mean words. No, they were weapons. They were designed to absolutely crush someone's spirit. To basically say, your whole life, your legacy, it's all a failure. This one moment right here, it sets the stage for everything that's about to unfold.
So that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? When you're hit with that kind of deep personal loss, and then, on top of all that, people are mocking you in public? I mean, what is the right response? How do you even begin to deal with that? Well, believe it or not, this chapter gives us a powerful and honestly, a pretty unexpected answer. But to really get that answer, we first have to feel the pain behind it. So let's go back. Picture this, a quiet afternoon in Mecca. And the Prophet Muhammad is going through something just devastating. A personal tragedy that would break anyone. So what was this tragedy? Well, his infant son, Abdullah, had just passed away. And that's a sorrow that, anyone, anywhere, at any time can understand. Losing a child is a universal heartbreak. So inside his home, you can just imagine it was a place of quiet, deep mourning.
And this is where the story takes a really shocking turn. Just look at the contrast here. Inside the Prophet's home, you have the quiet grief of a father who's just lost his son. But outside, in the streets, his own uncle, Abu Lahab, is literally celebrating. He's shouting for joy, he's handing out sweets, and he's telling everyone that Muhammad's legacy is now cut off. To him, this family tragedy was a huge political win. It's just unbelievable.
It was right there, in that exact moment, this deep, private grief mixed with public humiliation, that the divine response came down. And here's the amazing part. It wasn't a clapback. It wasn't a punishment for the people causing the pain, at least not yet. Instead, it was a gift for the one who was hurting. And that gift was the revelation of Surah Al-Kausar. So the chapter opens with this incredible line, "Indeed, we have granted you Al-Kausar." Now, this word Kausar, it's everything. It means abundant goodness. Just think about that for a second. God's first move in this situation wasn't to punish the enemy. No, it was to give something amazing to his messenger, to comfort him directly. It's a profound shift in focus. And this gift, this Kausar, it wasn't just one single thing. It had so many layers. It was a promise of a literal river in paradise. It was the Qur'an itself, this timeless message for all of humanity. It meant an immortal legacy, a name that billions of people would come to love and respect. It was his devoted friends and companions. And this is so powerful, in a direct answer to the taunt about having no sons, it was his cherished daughters, people like Fatma and Ruqayya, whose own legacies would become legendary. So much for being cut off, right? Okay, so you've just been given this incredible gift of abundant goodness. What do you do next? Well, the very next verse addresses that. It's like, okay, now what? And it gives a really clear 2-part answer on how to respond. The instruction is simple. So pray to your Lord and sacrifice. And this covers both sides of the coin, really. First, there's the private, internal act. Turn to God, pray, connect with Him. That's step 1. But then there's step 2. The public, outward action, sacrifice, give to others, share the goodness you've been given with your community. So it's this beautiful balance, right? Respond to your blessings with both personal gratitude and public generosity. And all of this builds up to the final verse. And wow, is it powerful. This is where the whole story just comes full circle. It takes that original hateful insult from Abu Lahab and flips it completely on its head. The verse says, "Indeed, your enemy is the one who is cut off." See what happened there? The curse is completely reversed. God redefines what it truly means to be cut off. It's not about losing an heir. No, it's about being cut off from all goodness, from all blessings. The person whose heart is so full of hate that they would celebrate a baby's death, that's the one who's truly, totally disconnected from anything good. That's the real legacy that's been severed. And if you want proof, just look at history. It's the ultimate scoreboard, right? On one side, you have the Prophet's legacy. His name is loved by billions. His teachings have spread across the entire globe. His daughters are honored. And then you have Abu Lahab. What's his legacy? His name is literally a warning in the Qur'an. His own line is forgotten. The prophecy came true in the most absolute way you can imagine.
So, okay, that's a powerful story from 1400 years ago. But what does it have to do with us, right now? Well, that's the thing. The core message here is totally timeless, because it's really about how we deal with our own moments of loss, our own hardships. The whole point is for us to find our own Kausar in our lives, our own sources of abundant goodness. So just take a second and actually think about it. What is your Kausar? Is it your health, your family, your kids, the roof over your head? Maybe it's just having some free time or being part of a community. These are the incredible blessings that are so easy to forget about, especially when we're focused on what we feel like we've lost.
And that right there is the big takeaway from all of this. The lesson of Surah Al-Kausar is all about a major shift in perspective. It teaches us that when you're going through something tough, the way forward isn't to just stare at the pain or dwell on the insult. The answer is to consciously, deliberately turn your attention to the abundance you already have. And then, once you see it, you show gratitude for it, both privately in your prayers and publicly by being generous to others.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. The next time you're facing a hardship or a personal loss, anytime you feel like something important has been cut off from your life, just pause for a moment and ask yourself this: what is my Kausar? In the middle of this pain, what incredible abundance am I overlooking?